Hello everyone, welcome back to Wernolau Farm. Okay, there's a few things I want to get done before we move into February. There is a skid steer in the sales, so I want to purchase that. We'll need a pallet fork, and this is going to go and live down with the sheep, down at the sheep pasture and the sheep barn. That way, remember, one of those sheep barns is quite tight to get the pallets and things out, so I think the skid steer might benefit down there. And also there's always something down there to load the pallets up. So moving on from that, the other thing I want to purchase today is another bale trailer. Keep the one we've got, that's fully loaded at the moment. Probably more than it should be really. So we'll have to buy a trailer as well. I really would like to start getting them pallets loaded up, ready for May, rather than keep coming in and just having to do a bulk load of loading. So I'm sure we're all familiar with the standard one here, so 20,500. We've got enough for all this, but the big thing we need to start getting money ready for is a planter. And I have found this in Mod Hub. Oh, not this one, that's a drill. There it is. Voltra, or I think it's a Voltra Momentum. Yeah, so that can do soybeans, sunflowers, sorghum, corn, all of the usual stuff for a planter. But it also does wheat, I think by looking at it, if I've got my symbols right, wheat, barley and canola. So those are the other crops we do. I think that's grass there. So that's good as well. Yeah, so I think we could sell our drill. This direct drills by the looks of it, and also it fertilizes. It's the winning ticket. It does everything. If we have a look, see how much our drill's worth. There we are. So we might fall a little bit short. So what we'll do is, I think we'll go and pick up the skid steer and the pallet fork, and we will either drive that back or rent a low loader to pull it down there. I think it's quite slow. I wonder how much it is to rent a low loader. All right, let's have a look at low loaders. So we'd want to rent this. I know it seems like a waste of money, but for the duration of trying to get that down there, I think it's sort of like 10 miles an hour or something like that. We might as well put it on a low loader. We'll take a tractor and bring it back on that. So let's do that. We'll just purchase the New Holland skid steer first in case it gets sold. So no options on that. Okay, we might as well get our pallet fork while we're here. Skid steer loader tools. Should we go with pallet fork? Yeah, absolutely. That's mainly what we want it for, pallets. I was going to thinking of keeping the skid steer at the main farm and using it for the bales to load up for the TMR mixer, and then have the Merlot go and live down with the sheep. But the only reason I'd do that is so the Merlot can take the wool for sale. But it's quite slow. I'd still really want to use a tractor to take the wool. So we'll keep the skid steer. What should we go for? Right. Different colours here. I'm going to go for a red fork. It's easier to see the tines or the forks. Let's buy that. I knew this money we got would burn a hole in my pocket straight away, but we do need things. This will just make life a lot easier. Right, let's take a tractor. We'll probably want to pull it with the Massey, I would have thought, wherever that may be. What's behind the door? Just a trailer. I have no idea where I left that. Oh, okay, I left it on the greenhouse tank. Let's get the beacons on. Let's travel down to the store. I don't think there's much left for us to do in January. Like I say, I might just take on a couple of contracts, try and bump the money back up a little bit. Although I think we're going to make quite a bit in May when we come to sell this wool. Just got to watch this fence. I'm always snagging it. So usually on the way back I end up flipping the tractor. That's not. Sometimes that's cut out. Yeah, I do want to head towards February, March. Really, just trying, just for the sunnier weather, really. Right, I'll see you down there for loading up. Okay, here we are. There's our new toy. Right, so if we, let's turn that off and get rid of the beacons, drain the battery down, hop in here. Yeah, let's just give it one service. I mean, it probably doesn't really matter because it's not being used for a lot. Oh, there's our front weight. We could, I wonder if we can pick that up now, if there's any space on the front of the tractor. But yeah, it probably doesn't really need one, but I just feel better about it if we do it. The trigger's here somewhere. Come on, trigger. It's definitely there. I did just turn them off for thumbnail reasons. It makes making a thumbnail a lot easier. There it is. It's also nice to have them off for immersion. Okay, repair. Oh, well, that's not too terrible, or was it? Okay, let's pick up our forks. Oops. Yeah, I think this is going to be just fine for pallets. If it does work out a little bit slow, we can always sell it in the future. I would prefer it to be a tractor down there with a front loader, but because that barn's so tight with these sheep, I just think it's better to use something like this. Right, low loaders, side guards. Well, let's take them off because that's cheaper. We're only going down the road. Okay, let's rent that. 1,555. Excellent. I'll pop the tractor on the low loader. Let's go and grab that front weight first. Let's better have the beacons on moving around in the yard. It all gets hold off. If we just pull this forward, otherwise we're going to squash the I keep going to call it a bobcat, the skid steer. Let's get the ramps down. See if we can get this on there without any accidents. We'll fill up on fuel, so we don't need to make another stop. Oh, I'm just wondering if there... Oh, let's just concentrate here. Might have been better reversing them. Who knows? Right, just be careful getting out here. Yep, that's what we don't want. Yes, I'm just wondering, is there anything on a low loader we need to bring back to the farm? We've got a pressure washer, so we don't need to use that. Use it for that. I can't think of anything. I'll probably think of it later. Right, ramps up. Straps on. And a bit of luck, this won't shift anywhere. Oh, we're on a dolly. Let's have a hard brake in the yard. So if it all goes wrong, it's better it happens here and not on the roads. Excellent. We'll take this down and get it unloaded. I'm going to have a little fidget around with it, see what it's like working in that sheep enclosure. See if it's any improvement. It might be a little bit slower loading up, I think. The arm, to me, the lifting arm, does seem a little slower than the boom on the Merlot, but for the sake of manoeuvrability, I think it's going to be worth it. And also, I just want one. I have driven or operated a Bobcat years ago on site a few times, but I believe that was a tracked version rather than the wheels. They're quite a lot of fun, I find. A bit more fun than a fork truck. Yeah, so we'll have a look at any contracts, and we also need to bring another trailer to here, another flatbed trailer, because obviously this low load is on rental, and it wouldn't be much good for our pallets. I don't think the bed is not configured correctly for that. No, it's not ideal, so we wouldn't want this for that. And here we are. Use our little cut through here. Just watch the mirrors. Looks good. Well, that's handy. Oh, did we sell our wool? Ah! I don't remember selling that. Oh, okay. Well, we'll still need two trailers down here eventually anyway. So that's not a problem. Okay, let's get this unstrapped. Get the ramps down. Just switch off the tractor. Jump in here. Gingerly. And then try to get off here without any accidents. There we go. Right, I'm going to try a bale first. Wow, I've got a... wow, this is very sensitive steering. Try to ruin it with the camera for you. We're not much bigger than a sheep. This one is literally following me. Oh, it's shy now. Ah, that is the only one thing it can't do, isn't it? Water. There's no hitch. Well, the water doesn't need replacing very often. This mainly is for the pallets, but I want to see if it can do bales while it's here. I wonder for the future if there's anything in Mod Hub where it has a trailer hitch. Right, well, it's got the bale, no problem. It just seemed to lift up a little bit, but I think it's fine. Not going to see a whole deal in that view. And then we're just going to go and check out whether or not it's any good. Well, I'm sorry about the camera. Whether it's any good in the enclosure. We've still got this guy who's always dancing around in here. Just close your eyes here, he's always doing this. So we've still got the angle with it, but we can get in here. What I'll do is I'll just pop this one out of here and go and put it in the other sheep's trigger. Or spawn point, sorry. Yeah, it might seem like a bit of a waste of money, but I think it's going to work out having this down here. If the forks play ball, I haven't picked that up very nicely, to be fair. The sensitivity is going to take a little bit of getting used to, but yeah, well that is that. Fantastic. So let's go and pop this inside so it's not getting damaged. We just serviced it, so I might as well look after it. Right, well it can lift everything and it can do its job, so that's wonderful, apart from the water tank. I guess we don't need to bother picking up another trailer at the moment then. So we need to take, if we take our drill and sell that, then we can buy our new planter that also does everything, the amazing planter. So I think we can just have this picked up. Okay, so that's all returned. We'll make our way back to the yard and then come up with a plan. Because whether we need to hire equipment for a contract or use equipment from the yard, and it's no good us being down here. I need to find a better way than keep going through this field. Let's check on the pigs, see how they're doing. There's our two greenhouses. I'm very happy with them. Yeah, they're growing nicely. Still don't know when to sell them. Must look that up. This, everyone seems to have a different opinion. So when you look online, so not too sure. I think we'll find a contract. There is only one contract. All right, change of plan. Let's move into February. Well, we'll go to January 2nd to make sure everything's fed and watered. And then we'll head into February. We could do that ploughing contract, but I think that'll just end up being the whole episode. And if I put it on a worker, it doesn't leave us doing anything. Let's feed corn dog. We can go to 9, we haven't got a lot on. Let's just check the sales. Oh, look at that. Ha. Now that's something to aim for. I'm not trying to push to get big kit. You know, some of the things I don't want big, but a windrow really helps, doesn't it? For straw and for grass. 50,000. That would chew for our money, wouldn't it, though? And the trailer. There seemed to be a flow of nothing I want in the sales, and then loads of things. Right, well, let's check contracts now. Still only that contract. Oh, that was the deadwood that failed. Dead contract. We'll go through February, and if anything's left in the sales, we'll get it. We don't absolutely have to have any of that. Well, that's a bit brighter and lovely, isn't it? Look at that. What a difference. What a difference a month makes. Or a couple of seconds in our case. Okay, let's check the sales again. Yeah, so... look at that. Could have saved myself £4,000. Never mind. No, we don't need any of this. Contract time then. Wow, it's... the contracts aren't great, are they? I'm not doing Deadwood again because it failed last time. And I think that is exactly the same place it is, I believe. So we won't be doing that. Okay, the sheep need a feed. Yeah, they're alright for water. The pigs don't seem to eat anything, so that's fabulous. They're at 6 months now. I really need to know when to sell these. And even the cows are pretty happy. Oh, look, the milk's really starting to build. That's fantastic. Greenhouses. Everything's just fine. There's nothing to take care of. I could have come into this episode and just had skipped all the months. Never mind. Here we are. Sometimes that's how it is. Yeah. So just check. I think it is soybeans we're sowing in March. Okay, we're just gonna feed the dog and skip through them. This just happens sometimes. There's nothing to do. All our fields are done. There's no contracts. Dog's happy. I'm happy. Okay, so I'm just feeding the sheep. I skipped and they had run out. One of the sheep pastures or the barn had run out of food. Oops. I keep doing that. Oh well, I'm sure we haven't been without for very long. They still look very well fed. Still very woolly. Yeah, we're just going to feed up and then we'll move into March. In fact, I'll get them fed and I'll see you. I'll just see you in March, because that's all I'm going to do now. Is just give them this bale and move on. Okay, I've moved this to March 2nd because we've had no contracts. All we really need to do though is go and sort the piglets out, or I believe they're now pigs. They should be by this rate. So let's grab a trailer. Been a little bit faffy this episode, I'm afraid. Not having the contracts there has kind of messed up my plan. But we have got some things that we've needed, so that's great. Most important thing is we get the planter for April. I'm sorry. So let's grab the trailer. Looks like the pigs are in desperate need, although not completely out and still at 100% health. They need grain, so we've got some wheat. We'll give them a little bit of wheat. The bucket might have been enough, actually. That's interesting. I wonder how much the bucket would fill them up rather than we have to fill a trailer. Let's give that a go with the Merlot. Because we still want to balance the grain out with their protein food, which I believe is the canola. So the bucket was just round here. Can we squeeze through? Just about. We should be able to get grain out straight into the bucket, I'm hoping. Manure's building, that's excellent. So there's not a lot in the difference in manure and slurry through the year. So if we ever need to sell any, I've got no problems. I won't hold out to sell it if we're desperate for money. There we are, wheat. Oh, wheat. Let's just lower that before we end up tipping up. And they also need water, so we'll do that while we're here. Then I think we're going to head into April, see if there's any contracts, buy our planter. Wow, they are hopefully won't run away. Look at the size of them. Holy moly, no wonder the food spike happened. Wow. They're not making this easy for me, are they? Just don't look. It's best not to look. So I don't know if I'm going to get a signal to tip this, so hopefully it goes in. What has that done for them? So it looks like we might as well just give them all that. Right, okay. I think at least one more of those. Mind the gate. I hope we get this weather in April. It's looking like the food we've held back's just been enough, I think. We can always just buy the pig food, but I don't want to if I can help it. They seem to be doing very well. I mean, if they can take the Merlot driving over them, must be in impeccable health. Oh dear. Well, I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's here. It's there. If they need it. Okay, yeah. So I was looking at the grain rather than looking at the total capacity. Schoolboy error. I'm just going to leave the bucket in here, so next time we can just come straight down and pick that up. Chuck that grain straight in. Right, let's go grab the water tank up from the greenhouse. Greenhouses now. Yeah, it's these winter months we've had. Well, we're in spring now, but there's not really a great deal to do on the farm. So you sort of rely on the contracts, but the only thing I was getting was deadwood. And I won't do that again, not on this map. We need our water source. Hopefully the Merlot won't have too much of a struggle pulling this out of here. It seems to be the easiest way. Oh, it's alright now, but once I fill it, oh, come on Merlot. Yes. Okay, we'll sort the pigs and then we might as well, while we're here, fill up the greenhouses. There's our chilies and we've got our lettuce coming out the other side. Looks like they're making equal pallets, running at the same ratio. But I think we'll be right to move to April before we move them. Yeah, I sort of take it back about the Merlot. It's rather handy to have on site actually. Maybe we will just hang on to it, I think. Who knows, I'm always changing my mind. Oh, this is going to be a problem now, isn't it? With that grain on the floor. There we go. Let's just get them happy. Really, was that it? Fantastic. The greenhouses can have the rest of this then. Okay, I'm going to get this up the hill and then I'm going to go and shut that gate. I just didn't want to lose momentum getting up there. See you later, piggies. Oh, we need to get a transport trailer. If we're going to be doing the pigs and selling them, we don't want to be losing out on any profit. And of course on the right here is where we did have our greenhouses before the update. Our greenhouse. But I do prefer them where they are now. They sort of seem to look like they're growing there. Right, I think this will do it. Oh, of course the trigger's around the other way. The dolly is helpful sometimes on site if you're trying to get around tight places. Let's just check on them. Yeah, I'm just trying to tie up all the loose ends here before we drill again. Right, well that's that. Let's put the... or should we just leave it here? Because I'm guessing we're just going to have to come back and do this. Right, we'll head up and we'll sleep until April. And we're just going to sell our drill, buy the other drill. If we're a little bit short, then we'll contract to get it. Let's make sure ink is fed. Don't think I've ever looked after an in-game dog so well. Okay. More that can be said for the sheep. Not looking after them very well. Let's move on. Right, April 1st, and the weather's fantastic. It's even better. Look at this. Wonderful. So, let's grab our drill. And either way, whichever way, we're going to get it today. So let's take it down now. I'm going to sell it at the shop, have it repainted, refurbished, have the works done to it, and then we'll sell it. And if we're short, we'll have to go and do a contract. Are you up here? No, of course you're not. There's a man with too many sheds. There we are. Oh, we better empty our seed out first. Oh, of course, I guess we will need some solid... Oh, I don't know if it takes solid fertilizer or liquid fertilizer, this new drill we're getting. Or planter. I think it's a bit of a hybrid drill. Yeah, so we've got a little bit of damage. But nothing too extreme. So if we leave this here, this seed, put it into the stores. Hopefully it just pops out and spawns in there. Wonderful. Then we can grab some more at the shop, and that way we haven't had to transport any on a trailer over here. Just remember that crop destruction's on. It looks like all the crops here are doing very well. The canola always looks a little bit more cheerful than the wheat, a little bit brighter. Okay, I'll see you down at the store, and we'll purchase our new, hopefully we'll purchase our new drill. See you there. Right, here we are. A lovely day to buy a new drill. Okay, let's try and back this in here. I mean, I could have jet washed it first if I was really doing this. I should have done that, shouldn't I? Well, if it's getting a new paint job, I'm sure that was part of the process. Let's pull this out of here. I've not put my beacons on again. That's very naughty. Okay, so repaint. Do you want to repaint? Yes. Repair. Yes. How's that looking now? Well, still got a repaint. Don't really know. I repainted it with mud. Anyway, and let's sell. Oh, I don't want to get rid of it. 50,000. And how much is our new drill? Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's not for us though. Our new drill. Oh, it comes under planters, sorry. Let's just have a look at this. So 11 meter width and 7 miles per hour, plus the bonus of fertilizer and direct drill as well. So no cultivating, although the other one did direct drill. So 11 miles per hour, 7 miles per hour, and 11 meter width. And what did our other one do? 4 meters and the same speed. Oh no, that's faster, isn't it? That was 7, wasn't it? Well, what we lose in speed we make up for in width and fertilizing at the same time, and it can do so much more crop wise. So 109. We want the tank. How much we got? 111. Design 2, design 3. I think I'm just going to go. Oh, do we go with the extra? Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that. It's going to almost bankrupt us, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. And we've got to get them soybeans in now, or maybe next episode, but this month in game. Let's get that. Okay, so is that liquid or solid fertilizer, or does it do both? Well, let's get a liquid because we use liquid anyway in our sprayer. Not that we'll need it for that really anymore, unless we do a contract. So let's find the liquid fertilizer. We need an IBC. Liquid fertilizer, yep. And they're both the same amounts, same price. I keep this one blue because then we know the herbicide is the red one. That's how I do it. We don't have enough money for it. Oh no. Well, I think we've got some at the yard which we can use for now until we gain some more money. Let's have a look at it. Wow, it's big. Can we go up here? We can. Well, sort of. Okay, so these must be that's our seed tanks, and then we've got extra tanks here for storing more and more fertilizer. By the looks of it, that's going to be quite big when it opens up. I might just open it up now, make sure everything's working before we take it away. Oh, God, don't break it already. Let's pull this round. Well, I'd say the middle portion of the drill there would be what we did have. Now we've got 2 extra either side. it's going to make a huge difference. Oh, don't turn it on. Okay, I'm going to get this back. If I can get it out of here, we will. Well, we certainly wouldn't want anything bigger, would we? I might have to reverse this out towards the gas plant. Let's have one more go. Let's watch the tail swing. Just made it. Yep, we definitely wouldn't have wanted anything bigger there. Oh dear Lord. That's the fine. I think it was just a tyre. I'm going to go with that. It was fine. Okay, I'm going to get this back. We're going to end the episode here. Yeah, sorry, it's been a bit of a faffy one. I couldn't really help with what was going on with the contracts, but I'm glad we stuck around through jumping through the months and checking sales and this, that, and the other. It's allowed us to get a few bits that we really do need. The next thing will be another flatbed trailer. But yeah, we'll leave the episode here, and thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.